The question should really be, do I show what to do as white against the Stafford? I began working on a study of like how to meet the Stafford. I don't know if I want to show it yet. Let's do a poll, because some people don't want me to show it, but others maybe do. I don't know. Poll. Because it's kind of like a secret, right? Where you don't want people to start just refuting your opening. That's funny. So 85, yeah. So 60% of the votes are saying yes. Man, 10 people indecisive, saying maybe in the future. I'm not gonna show like a hard, like easy refutation, but I'll show something fun. I'll show something which I think a lot of people will appreciate. Don't let 80 people ruin the hopes and dreams of thousands. But that's how government works, right? Or democracy. Wow. So 1,240 people have hearted this study. More people heart this study than like most of my Instagram posts. Maybe I should just focus on making studies now. Oh, I'm tired, but I feel like I owe chat. I owe chat something against the Stafford. So if you're white and you run into Petrov, also, I feel like I'm showing this to like people. I'm showing this to an audience who really enjoys playing the Stafford Gambit. So if you enjoy playing Stafford as black, I think you'll enjoy this response as white. What you can do is play bishop c4, and now it's reverse Stafford Gambit. And after takes, you play knight c3. And it's basically Stafford Gambit up a tempo. So you get the same position, potentially, assuming black goes into this, where you have one extra move. Now, not every player will walk into this. Not everyone takes on e4. But if they do, and they're kind of unprepared, then there's a very high likelihood they'll fall for a trap in this position. And we just like ask ourselves what the most natural moves for black are. Of course, the pawn's attacked. The two most natural moves look like d6 and knight c6, both of which are blunders. Actually, for the same reason, too. So we can group these moves together. Both of them just lose to knight g5. So if we imagine, let's start with d6. Defending the pawn looks like black's trying to be solid. Knight g5, white's winning.
My firstborn is due in March, so I do
Ooh.
hope you continue to stream so we can both watch.
Nice. Oh, that's awesome. Well, congratulations, and happy early birthday to your firstborn. Okay, so let me explain the reason why white's winning here. Because usually in the other, like in the reverse version, the knight would already be here, and there'd be this move, and you would be slightly better. But without the knight here, if black wants to block with the bishop, we don't take with the knight, we take with the bishop, and then we play queen f3. And this is a double attack. We don't even like go after the pawn right away. We're threatening mate, we're threatening this. Black's in big trouble. Because if the queen defends, we just win the rook. Oh, is there knight e5? Knight e5 might be playable, actually. I actually didn't look into this. So the idea of knight e5 is if takes, we take and we win the queen. I assume queen e7, though. And, oh, this is still winning. Wait. Oh, knight e5 is still winning for white. Oh, so there's two wins in this position. Knight g5 is stronger, though, just because of this queen f3 idea. But good job, chat, for also finding this. Yeah, and we can prove with engine, queen f3. The best try for black is to play this sad move, and then this, and then this, and then this. And then knight f7 coming. Engine just tortures black with h4 and saying black really has no moves. Okay, so that's trap number 1. That's g6. Trap number 2, we'll look at knight c6. And here again, knight g5, and we're just picking up the pawn. We can see what people do on lichess. Yeah, d5 we just take, and bishop e6 we take again. So really just no good way to defend the pawn. I'm actually realizing that this trap still exists. If queen e7, we saw this idea earlier. Queen e7, we just take on f7 with the bishop. And again, this idea is knight e6. Pin and win. Only legal move is to take, and we take back with the bishop. And we win the queen. So, what else? Oh, if this move. Because this also looks kind of natural, but again, knight g5. Like, there's so many ways for black to allow knight g5 where it's just winning. And if queen e7, again, we see the same pattern over and over. So there's some kind of, yeah, reminiscent fried liver ideas. But this is an even better version of fried liver because black's severely underdeveloped and has no good way to meet this, or meet defending the f7 pawn. So very good question. What should black do in this situation? Objectively, the best move here is f6, which it's a difficult move to play if you've never seen this before. But objectively, it's actually better for black if black's well prepared. Now there's kind of a crazy line, which I don't know if I want to get into, but after f6, white can play knight h4, and it's still complicated. It's still very sharp. The idea of knight h4 is to play queen h5. Also, if you play Stafford as black, let's just go back and look at normal Stafford, and white plays f3. The move to play is knight h5 to threaten this. This isn't as good though. Other version we were looking at. Where is it? f4. This is a slightly better version because white already has a bishop here. It's 4 a.m. Why are you still awake? I'm sharing even more opening preparation because you guys asked for it. So we threaten this, and really only black has one move to stop queen h5, which is g6, and then f4. And black has to be very, very precise here. I think queen e7 is the only move. I mean, we can check the engine. Okay, maybe there's a few moves. But yeah, f5. Yeah, like queen g7 is such a hard move to find. Even though it's kind of logical, maybe it's not so hard. It's just such an awkward move to play. So even if black plays perfectly, white can still fight. It's not losing. So anyway, people can dig in further with the database, with the engine as well, if they're curious about this line. So that's one recommendation. If you want to avoid the Stafford entirely and you play the Stafford Gambit yourself, go for bishop c4 and go for a reverse Stafford. And then what black could do here, so if black plays knight c6, it's a two knights. You could go for a fried liver, you could go for Italian, you could go for this d4 line, you could go for Nachmanson. d4 takes here, takes, and then knight c3 is a Nachmanson. You can check out Jonathan Trant's or my video. I think I only have one video. Jonathan has at least a handful of videos on Nachmanson. So yeah, it just transposes into a variation with many possibilities. Oh, there's a question from Sterling. Why not Why not knight takes e5 after f6? Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, you always want to be considering this idea whenever black moves the f-pawn. Here, unfortunately, it's not winning. It looks like you're winning the rook, but you're not winning the rook because queen e7 and your queen's pinned. So I don't recommend that. So knight h4 is the best try. Okay, so hopefully this is useful to some people. Hopefully gives an idea which some people have not seen before. Oh, one more thing. One more idea, just a funny thing that people can do. I know I've shown this a few times on stream, but if you take and black plays here, and you don't want to go into Stafford Gambit, you can play knight c3, and it's a Halloween Gambit. So now it's white playing a dubious opening. And it's black who... I mean, it's black who can take, and I mean, life goes on, but it's funny that white can respond with probably an even more dubious gambit. I actually don't know if Halloween or Stafford is more dubious. They're probably at like a similar tier on the dubious scale. Yeah, because the normal move order of Halloween is like a 4 knights where white takes here. So it's funny. It's like a weird transposition where yeah, white plays this first and then plays knight c3. And if black really wanted to, black can decline the Halloween and insist on a Stafford and play bishop c5. And after takes, it's a Stafford again. So I'm just trying to give people ideas. I hope I didn't crush any dreams by sharing too many secrets. Anyway, this will probably be a follow-up video to the already few videos I have on Stafford Gambit on YouTube. I'll have to figure out what to title it. I'm thinking I'll title it, "If you enjoy the Stafford Gambit, you should try this opening." And this opening, so at least bishop c4, and then knight takes e4. This has a name. It's a Boden. I don't even know. I don't want to hurt myself pronouncing this, but Boden something something Gambit. So yeah, basically just a similar version. The cool Russian guy asking, what if the knight just moves back? Yeah, so the Halloween is dubious. After takes d4, the whole point, white grabs the center. If knight g6, we keep attacking. Knight g8, we play bishop c4. I have a few videos on this. Anyway, yeah, for people watching in the future on YouTube, hope you learned something. If you have questions, comment below, or just post on Reddit, and Reddit can usually answer. And be sure to follow on Twitch, and I'll see you in the future.